Hello, and welcome back to Helo's World. Now, in today's video, I'm probably going to be a little more scatterbrained than normal. This box on my head is to represent what we need to get away from. We don't, as resellers, think outside the box. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to talk about some outside the box ideas, and then we're going to get to some solds throughout the week. But I can't keep my head inside a box all video. But like I say, we need to talk about thinking outside of the box. I think too many times we get into a cycle of reselling, and we source, we list, we sell, we ship. And we do it over and over and over again. And that truly is the key to success, okay, in the reselling business. But there's other times that I think we get focused on other things that takes our us away from stuff. But I'm going to go into that, and I'm going to come back, and I've got something else I've got to really add on. I think you really need to watch, and as a viewer, if you've viewed my channel for any long period of time, I really need to talk about. But I'm going to go over some what solds, and then I'll come back and talk about the topic and give you the bonus. Okay, let's go over some things that sold. This is a hard daddy, modern type shirt. It's a 4XL. He's got a little cat and a martini and olives. This is a definitely different type of shirt. This is the type of thing still sells. You know, I don't know if you'd call it ugly. Some people would call it ugly, different, peculiar, whatever your word is. It's definitely different. It's sold very quickly. Because of the size, you're not going to find a shirt like this very often. When I seen it, I grabbed it, I listed, I sold it. It all went out the house, getting in less than 24 hours in my owning it. $26 and something, plus shipping on that. Sold some Lee. These are camouflage shorts here, cargo shorts. Got a little over $9, plus shipping on that one. And the final one is on this thing is we got a Samsonite here, little pouch here, fanny pack. I took an offer for $7 plus shipping on that. So thinking outside of the box, and sometimes it's difficult, especially for the people that's been in it longer than anybody. You know, the longer, harder term resellers. Recently, you know, it just come to me about this because a guy at work, I was talking to him about reselling. He knows what I do. He knows that I do that. And I was talking about, well, at the end of the year, what I do is I set up at a church sale, and I sell off all the excess stuff that I make bad decisions on. You know, I may have bought this Young Guns 2 cassette here, you know, and really doesn't have a resale value. I mean, you put this in a lot, you can get rid of it, but it doesn't have a lot of resale value on its own. So maybe I decide, well, the best method, instead of lotting it up, or I may just have one out there, best thing is just put it in that sale, get rid of it. And, you know, he said, what do you make on a day like that? Well, I said, only maybe $150. And my thing that day is nothing about how much I make, okay? How much I make that day is pretty much insignificant. And the reason why is I am trying to clear up space. I feel like I would never use the word, I'm not going to use the word war, but I am constantly trying to create space because, I'm going to tell you something. I recently had a house near me sell for almost $400,000. My home is newer than their home. My home is bigger than their home. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to brag about it. But it got me really to thinking. You know, when something sits empty, I'm gonna show you something here in a minute. But when something sits empty, how much money is that really costing me? You know, empty space that's not used. How much is that really costing me? Because this is a business. If you want people to take you serious as a business, then you've got to run your stuff as a business. All right, I'm going to go to some more solds, and then we'll come back and talk about this. All right, let's just cover some more things that sold. Sold a line of Smart Set, $6 plus shipping. Usually your 90s, mid to late 90s cassettes as a whole generally do pretty good, especially if they're rock or something like that. As you get on in your late 90s, 1990s, early 2000s, they really stopped making cassettes as a whole, or they made a whole lot less of them. So generally as a whole, they're pretty good, almost anything, you know. I mean, there's always, you know, definitely bolos compared to some that aren't worth a whole lot. Sold Riddick here, Xbox only. It's complete. A little bit over $8 plus shipping on that one. A movie that's almost always good that I have found multiple times is Sling Blade. Got Billy Bob Thornton and a mustard biscuit. We got $15 plus shipping on that one. So here's the bonus material, okay? And I don't know what order this is going to be in the video, but there's probably been something around in videos or thoughts or something that I'm somehow against Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker. I am never been against Kevin. There's some things I don't agree with what he does. You know, I got to meet Kevin. I guess I'll back off that in a minute. And I got to meet Kevin. And me and Kevin got to talk for about an hour, half hour to an hour. I didn't time it. But me and Kevin got to talk. And I don't know, maybe some people would say we had a coming to Jesus moment or something like that. We had a good talk. Everything went good. Nobody got out of line. Nobody got out of nothing. Bad thing. I can tell you, I didn't ask Kevin to promote the channel. I didn't ask Kevin anything outside of the picture that I put on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, all that, and you're welcome to send me a friend request. Do with that what you want. But outside that picture, I didn't ask Kevin for anything. But if there's people out there that think that somehow that I think Kevin's my enemy or something, or that I don't think Kevin's somehow a real reseller or something like that, that's just never been true. I never, if I in any way in my videos ever said that Kevin somehow isn't a real reseller, that's just never come out. I hope that was never the perception of my channel, a video, something I said that, you know, somehow Kevin was not a real reseller, that Kevin, you know, because Kevin's just an average fella, just trying to make it, you know. And there's not a lot, I mean, hey, you know, I've been to Bedford, where he lives. I've been there multiple times. I've traveled the state of Virginia multiple times for multiple reasons. You know, I've lived in the state for 50 years almost. You know, I've not moved outside the state ever or anything, so I know a lot about the state, and I know a lot about Bedford. And there's not a lot of opportunities in Bedford. That's why he had to drive 45 minutes to be a teacher. So he has to do with what's best for what's there. And, you know, I have nothing against Kevin. If there's something out there, that doesn't mean if in the future I see something on one of his videos that I don't agree with, I might say it still. You know, is it the type of content that everybody puts out? No. But I'm kind of a consumer awareness type person, that I don't want to see somebody feel like they get taken. And I'm not saying Kevin was taking people in any way, shape, or form, but I just don't want that. I want people to see transparency. I comment on other channels all the time. And you know what? Let me tell you other content providers. if you want to say something about me, if you want to say something about my channel, say what you want to say. By all means. I really mean that. Now, I may come back in a video and say what I've got to say about you or your channel too. Just, you know, I'm not worried about that. Feedback is good. You know, iron, what is it? Iron sharpens iron, you know, and there's in the that's in the Bible. I don't know what the verse is, but you know, I could have looked it up, looked like I was all prepared, and that just kind of come to my mind. But iron sharpens iron. You know, I can take criticism. You know, I don't like name calling. Okay, I've been big all my life, so I've been called names since I was like, you know, 5 years old. Okay, name calling won't do me no good. But if you have something where you say, look, your videos look like trash. You got all those clothing racks behind you. You got this mess over here that looks like crap. Clean up your videos. Hey, you're right. Some of these videos aren't the prettiest videos in the world. You know, I don't have any. Hey, I haven't made the first dime off YouTube. And I'm the type that when I make money, then I invest money. I don't make money until I don't invest money in something until I make money. That's what I do with the eBay stuff, okay? I took $50 of my own money that I done through yard sale. I had a yard sale. I used a coupon resale. I took $50 of that money and invested in buying eBay inventory. And this is what you see today from that. Nothing else. And, you know, and the sales and all that. But like I say, one last thing. There's no war between me and Kevin. If there ever felt like there was a war, there's not. You don't have to choose sides. By all means, watch his content. I never said don't watch his content. So, leave it at that. I'll talk more sometime about me and Kevin's meetings. There was some conversation we had that never is going to hit a video. I'll just let you know that straight up. But there's no war. Okay? Okay, so we'll go over some more sold items. Sold this C.E. Smith shirt. It's denim. It's lightweight. I took an offer on it. I've had it for a while. $12 free shipping on that one. Sold, Lordy, what is this name? Bagari Milano. I don't know. I probably tormented the name. Anyway, it's a nice check dress type shirt. Also a shirt I've had for a while, so I gave a good deal on it. As you can see, it's got even the dry cleaner, or maybe even it's new. I don't know. It's got this little thing, $9.50 plus shipping on that. Found a new dress shirt here. It's Stafford. It's short sleeve too, so definitely if you see something like this time of year, you know, people want something lightweight, but they still want to dress up sometimes. $14.99 plus shipping on the Stafford shirt, brand new. So yeah, I want to talk about dead space. Okay, recently I did a video where I did a whole rack downstairs. I set it up. I moved. What I did is I moved inventory that was on this rack and what was on here, and you can see there's a mess here. That's why I'm telling you. Sometimes, you know, hey, I'm not perfect here. This stuff ain't cleaned up, you know, that thing. But I cleaned up what was this rack here, and then this rack. Well, outside the Igloo cooler, this is just dead space, guys. We've got to, and I'm preaching to myself here, you've got to get rid of dead space. Either one of two things. This rack's got to go. All right, one of two things. Or, as the goal I've had multiple times, is I've wanted to move the shipping stuff from downstairs. I have shipping stuff downstairs. Move it upstairs. So this either turns into a shipping thing, you know, where it keeps all my excess shipping stuff, or this gets disappear. One or two has got to happen. All right. We'll go over a few things that sold. Sold this Lacoste polo with the big gator. The size 11R. Sold for $25 plus shipping. This is really good size and all. That's why it's sold. I want to talk a minute about Lacoste here. You know, I always tell about Lacoste because the gator. Now, this is an 11. They usually start off at, say, around 5, I think. That's kind of a small, and it goes on up. I think 11 is about the biggest I've ever seen. But what I want to tell you on Lacoste, just because, say, 5 is a small, 6 is a medium, 7 is a large, 8 would be an extra large. Just say if I'm right on that. Always measure these things. These things end up being a lot smaller due to the way they shrink than anything. So always measure Lacoste. People don't know the system of how their numbering system is. It's totally different than any other type of clothing type deal. So always measure it. Also, one thing that helps this item really sell is the bigger gaiter there. Your gaiter is always, like, if you have a bigger, and they make even bigger gaiters than this little guy. But if it has a bigger gaiter, it goes for more money. And a couple other things that sold. This is a New Era hat, 7 5/8. Baltimore Orioles hat. I think I got $12.50 plus shipping on that. So that was a good sale. It is baseball season now. So if you have some baseball items in a death pile, probably best to go ahead and start listing those. And finally, this is a Scooby-Doo scrub here. It's a medium. I just got this out of the bins. I pick up stuff like this out of the bins. This is kind of stuff I pick up out of the bins. You got, like, say, 75 cents on this guy. I think we got another, like, $9 plus shipping on Scooby-Doo scrub. Okay, let's go over some things that sold. Sold an ashtray. This is a 6-point ashtray. Nothing special about it, no advertising. $12.99 free shipping. I've had that for a while because you can see because it's free shipping. I'm trying to make a mess, so I'm going to grab this first. Sold a lot of cassettes here. Told you I bought a lot of cassettes recently. Cheap Trick, In Excess, those type. I went ahead and sold these cheap, just keep them kind of moving. $10 plus shipping. Sold these Amanda jeans from Gloria Vanderbilt. If you saw another video, I sold like a green looking pair. This is a white pair. I bought them at the same time, dollar day. $12.99 plus shipping. And finally, last thing, I sold a RU polo. This is a local university near me. This is still Nike, though. So this stuff floats around pretty much around me. Got $15 free shipping on that one. And folks, I'm not trying to kick you down here. This is sometimes a video I make more for myself than I make for any individual, okay? Sometimes the lessons or whatever you're trying to say I'm saying, hits more at home than it does with me. I'm just trying to tell you some things I try to apply to my life. And one thing, like I say, is always try to think outside of the box. You're always, because otherwise, you're only going to get so far. There's a level, okay? And if you don't change from time to time, I don't mean major changes. Sometimes it's just little changes you need to make. Stuff you know that you know better that you're doing. And you still repeat doing them. It's those little things that you're not, making changes about. Maybe it is you need to list on another platform a little bit. Maybe you need to move to Marketplace or something. Hey, everybody's sales are down right now. And I never didn't discourage being on multiple platforms. I just said don't put so much on one platform, another platform that, you sacrifice your main platform. For me, eBay is my main platform. I never want to sacrifice my eBay. So I'm not going to put, 1,000 things on Macari or Poshmark or whatever. And then it sells there and come to find out then a week later it's sold on eBay and go, oh crap, I shipped that already. These people have done bought it. Now I got to tell them this. Now we got to do that. That's my mistake. And after a while that stuff starts piling up. It's just like, not, if you sell electronics and you don't test everything fully and then somebody gets it and it don't work for them and they're going to probably hammer you with negative feedback. Electronics you can make a lot of good money on, but electronics you can also get hammered on. A lot of times with clothing and stuff, as long as you measure it and stuff, everybody says they hate clothing, but man, it's put a lot of money in my pockets, all I can say. All right. So if you like this type of content, please give me a like, comment below. This has been a lot in this video between the souls, the conversation I had, what I call the bonus conversation, which I have no idea what part of this video that's going to be in. Subscribe to the channel. I hope you like this type of content. Take care and have a good week.